Go Play, written by Jasmine Poole, edited by Brian Phillips, illustrated by Ebony Chisholm Creel. It was a perfect sunny morning, and no clouds were in the sky. Zion decided to go outside and help her grandma with the flowers in the front yard. "Hi, Grandma. Can I help?" Zion asked eagerly. "Yes, of course you can, sweet pea. I could use another set of hands to pull all of these weeds," Grandma responded with such quickness. Shortly after, Zion began helping her grandmother in the garden. Grandma looked up at Zion and said, "Sweetheart, why aren't you out playing with the other kids in the neighborhood? It is such a beautiful day. Go play." "Well, Grandma, no one comes outside anymore. Everyone is inside watching television, searching the web, or glued to a video game," Zion replied in an unhappy voice. "Well, back in my day, when I was your age, I would play with my siblings or go door to door around the neighborhood, asking if other kids wanted to play," Grandma responded sharply. "That is a great idea, Grandma. I'm going to give it a try. Thanks," Zion exclaimed as she brushed off her dirt-filled hands and ran inside the house to look for her brother. Noah. Hey, Mom, where's Noah?" Zion asked as she tried catching her breath after running up the stairs. "Hey, sweetie, stop yelling. I'm on an important video conference call. I believe your brother is in his room," Mother said in a low, whispering voice. Zion whispered, "Okay, thanks, Mom. Bye," quickly as she hurried towards Noah's room down the hallway. "Hey, bro. You want to go outside and play?" "Maybe another day, Zion. I'm about to advance to the next level." "Don't you want to go hang out with your friends, Noah?" Zion asked with uncertainty. "I am hanging out with my friends. I'm online playing against them right now. Duh," Noah answered sarcastically without taking his eyes off the video game on the screen. "Okay, fine. Your loss. Maybe later you could come by the big hill to play in a big kickball game," Zion suggested as she started to leave Noah's room. "Yeah, maybe later me and my boys will come out to beat you and your friends in a game of kickball," Noah said as Zion was walking away. As Zion scurried down the steps, she found her dad sitting in the living room watching sports on television. "Hey, Dad, can I go outside and play?" Zion quickly asked her dad.
"Are all your chores done?"
he asked without taking his eyes off the television. "Yes, sir, they are all finished," Zion responded with boldness.
"Yeah, sure, baby girl. Go have fun. Just be home before the streetlights come on,"
Dad said loudly. After hearing the first word out of Dad's mouth, Zion started putting on her sneakers to rush out the front door. "Okay, I will. Thank you, Dad. Bye," Zion said eagerly as she zoomed out the front door. "Hi, Grandma." "Bye, Grandma," Zion said as she ran down the steps. "Hold on, sweetheart. Where are you off to in such a hurry?" Grandma asked with a smile. "I am taking your advice, Grandma. I'm going to go play with other kids in the neighborhood and have a big kickball game," Zion told Grandma. "That's great, sweetheart. Be safe and have fun," Grandma said to Zion. She continued working in her rose garden. "Yes, ma'am, I will," Zion said as she was leaving the front yard. "Good morning, Miss Hillman. Can Vanessa and Lily come outside to play?" Zion asked with excitement. "I don't mind if they go outside to play. They could use some fresh air. Those girls have been on their phones all morning. Girls, get down here," Miss Hillman yelled, so her daughters Vanessa and Lily could hear her. "Yes, Mom," Vanessa and Lily said to their mother as they came down the steps. "Oh, hey, Zion," Vanessa said as her and Lily started to come outside. "Hey, I wanted to know if you guys wanted to come outside and play," Zion asked Vanessa and Lily. Maybe later. I was learning a new TikTok dance," Vanessa uttered. "I'm in the middle of watching a video on YouTube," Lily interrupted. "Okay, girls, I understand. But if either of you change your mind, I will be at the big hill today for a huge game of kickball," Zion said with disappointment as she began to walk away. As Zion began walking home, she held her head down in sadness. She knocked on all the kids' front doors just for them to turn the big kickball game invitation down. They did not want to take a break from their cell phones, video games, or favorite TV shows. Suddenly, the ice cream man, Mr. Freeze, came rolling down the street. "Hey, Mr. Freeze, can I just get a plain vanilla ice cream cone?" Zion said with sadness. Mr. Freeze responded, "Hey, Zion, why the long face? Where are all your friends?" "Well, Mr. Freeze, no one wants to come outside to play. I already tried getting my friends to come outside for a big kickball game. It was no use. No one wants to put down their phones, computers, or video games. I think I can help you get all the kids outside today," Mr. Freeze shouted with enthusiasm. "Wow! Really, Mr. Freeze? That would be fantastic," Zion said. "Yes! Hop in and let's crank the music up on this truck," Mr. Freeze suggested. Zion hopped on top of the ice cream truck and began shouting on the intercom. "Hey, everybody! Get off your phones! Log off your computers! Pause your video games! Head down to the big hill for the best kickball game ever!" As the ice cream truck began rolling down the street, kids began to look out the window. Kids started coming outside and chasing the ice cream truck all the way down to the big hill for the kickball game. "Mr. Freeze, it's working! It's really working!" Zion exclaimed with excitement. At last, Mr. Freeze and Zion, along with almost every kid in the neighborhood, made it to the big hill for the kickball game. For the first time, the park was filled with kids. Riding on scooters and bikes, the girls and boys were smiling and running all around. Some were playing double dutch, while others darted water balloons at each other. The kids were having so much fun with not one technology device in sight. As the sun began to set, the kids realized they had lost track of time. Zion looked up at one of the street lights as it began to flicker, and she remembered her dad told her to be home before the street lights came on. Zion pointed up at the street lights and said, "Hey, everyone, look!" They all looked up. As she pointed to the street light, then they realized it was getting dark outside and it was time to start heading home. So all of the kids started to scramble and they all began darting their own separate ways all the way home. Gasping for air, Zion raced in the house as her family sat at the kitchen table for dinner. "Hey, everybody, Zion said with gleaming excitement as she washed her hands before sitting down at the table. Grandma smiled and said, "It seems to me like you had yourself a good old time outside today, Zion." Mother interjected by saying, "Zion, you look like you had yourself a ball playing outside today. You see, Noah, you should have gone outside today with your sister instead of being on the video game all day." "Yeah, maybe I should have gone." Noah looked up and said, "If you want, you could come tomorrow. The kickball game is going to be girls versus boys," Zion said to Noah. Grandma smiled and jokingly said, "All right now, I might come down there tomorrow and show you kids a thing or two."
Did you kids know that your old man was king of kickball back in the day?
Dad asked Noah and Zion, "Can we tag along? We love kickball." Mother joined in and asked. "No," Zion and Noah said with embarrassment. "Not tomorrow, but maybe next week. We can have a neighborhood family kickball game," Zion suggested to the family. Then they all smiled. The end.